values in Howard County, and I look forward to continuing to work together to improve our community. Thank you.
All right, thank you, County Executive Ulman. And now I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Shahan Rizvi. Shahan is a graduate from University of Maryland, College Park with a bachelor's degree in government and politics. He currently works for the federal government and is pursuing a master's in science in acquisition supply chain management. Please welcome Shahan.
Greetings to all the communities present here today and to the representatives of our great state's leadership. Hello, and thank you for joining us as we remember and honor those that we lost on 9/11. My name is Shahan Rizvi, and I'd like to take a moment of your time to reflect back on my experiences with 9/11 and the subsequent impact it has made on my life, as well as the lessons I've learned. September 11th, 2001. It was a day in my life that plays back in my memory like a DVR recording. I remember I was in 11th grade of high school at the time, sitting in AP US history class, learning about what seemed like a pretty dry lesson on the Louisiana Purchase. As my teacher moved towards the television in our classroom to play a lecture-related video for our viewing pleasure, he turns on the TV, and the very first image we saw is a plane striking the World Trade Center. Needless to say, at this point, class was pretty much over. As I sat at home watching the news with my family, Muslim names began to appear on television, and infamous names such as Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda would be introduced and forever etched into my memory. As I watched these events unfold and saw the names of Muslims being associated with this attack, I began asking myself why a religion I've held so near and dear to my heart had to be affiliated with this sort of tragedy. Was this tragedy religiously motivated? Would my God condone this sort of behavior? The answer is, of course not. I was brought up a Muslim American. These identities were very important to me. I held pride in fasting during Ramadan just as much as I felt inherent patriotism every time I recited the Pledge of Allegiance in grade school. I knew for a fact that excerpts written in the Quran stated that the killing of an innocent life was not just wrong, but would ensure one's soul to be subjected to the severest penalties in the afterlife. The Quran even reveals harming one's own body is wrong, so taking another life was an obvious no-brainer to me. While I believe this to be true, I knew a lot of others that weren't a part of the faith wouldn't readily understand that. The weeks that followed were obviously marked by various incidents of bigotry, racism, stereotypes, all of which I was prepared for and honestly did not feel bad about being subjected to. People were hurt. Families were affected. The people that subjected me personally to bigotry post 9/11, I knew the pain they were feeling inside. That feeling of not understanding what was going on, how to cope with it, who to blame, it can drive a person mad. From that moment, I knew I had a mission. My mission was to drive communication and to educate others on Islam. I wanted people to know my faith would never tolerate this, and I too was mourning the loss of the lives taken away in this tragedy. Through the work of Muslim councils present in Howard County, I made sure I took an active role in alleviating the concerns of non-Muslims. Through the work of these councils, I participated in organizing annual food drives, clothing drives, as well as reaching out to members of our law enforcement to let them know that the Muslims of Maryland are very approachable and the open line of communication was always available. Through the years, I personally hosted candlelight vigils in my home, in public parks, and in my own masjid to honor innocent lives taken on 9/11. I've invited people from all walks of life to attend these events. I've even personally invited law enforcement officials, such as the FBI, to come down and speak to members of my masjid. I wanted them to be rest assured that any word or knowledge of terrorism taking place in this area would not be tolerated by any Muslim American and would be forwarded immediately to the law of our land. To this day, I stand by this creed. Terrorism will not be tolerated by my religion, the communities to which I belong, and of course myself. I'm a proud citizen of this country and always will be. But I cannot fight this battle alone. For this reason, I encourage all of you here today to reach out to the communities to which you belong and to fight the good fight against ignorance and giving into stereotypes. Never forget 9/11, but do remember, no religion, especially Islam, would ever tolerate the killing of innocent people. Always keep the line of communication open, and rest assured knowing that masjids throughout Maryland, especially Dar al-Taqwa, will always have a door to assist anyone, especially law enforcement, in the mission to fight terrorism and misrepresentatives of any faith. I'd like to leave you all with a quote I am reminded of by Felix Adler, who quotes, "People may be said to resemble not the bricks of which a house is built, but to pieces of a picture puzzle, each differing in shape, but matching the rest, and thus bringing out the picture. I implore all of you to stay involved in the community surrounding you, and to always keep the line of communication open with them. For in this life, we are all parts of a puzzle. When we communicate, we in essence connect with each other to bring out the picture puzzle I call progress. Thank you all for your time, and God bless America."
Thank you, Shahan, for those